Casey Ho fam, Namaste Mir Nam Professor Hey, Apsi Milker Hushiway. How are you? Look who's with me. It's the Warrior Queen. Hello, Warrior Queen.
Hello, Warrior Queen.
Number one, are you wearing pants?
Yes.
So am
Why
I.
wouldn't I be
Good.
wearing pants while we're doing a
Good,
video?
yes. Um, Now, I kind of want to talk to you about something here. We're going to do this a little
Okay.
bit different.
Okay.
Normally, we just kind of banter back and forth, but I want to kind
Right.
of interview you.
Okay.
You watched a film,
I did. I've watched many films, but today we did watch a film. Yes.
Dangal.
Or Dangal. We're not really
Dangal.
sure how to
Dangal. Let's go
pronounce it,
Dangal.
so, excuse our
You
American
you
accents.
saw this film?
I did with you.
Tell our viewers what it's about.
Well, first off, I do want to say that this movie review is being done at the request of Fake Jabby.
You just
Um,
shouted out the fake Jabby.
yeah,
Fake Jabby, my wife just shouted out to you, dude.
Um,
That's so
I
messed up.
I love reading his comments on YouTube.
He is funny.
It's very
He is
funny.
funny. Fake Jabby
And
cracks me up. I
he's very
chuckle.
kind to us, which
Yes,
is really
yes,
nice. But he actually said that he wanted us to do a movie review about Dangal. So
yes.
this is for you, Fake Jabby.
Fake Jabby. So tell us about the
Um,
film.
okay, so the film, what we found was that Dangal actually means wrestling match,
It
right?
does.
Okay. And
Or wrestling
so,
event.
or wrestling event. And I thought that it might just mean wrestling, so I was pretty close. Um, okay,
What?
you do have a shirt on. I thought you took your shirt off and you didn't have one on because the microphone is right in
Okay,
my eye, so all I see is the top
we're
of your
talking about
head
wrestling. I gotta
and your shoulder.
get
So
ready. I got my
it's
singlet on, my pink singlet.
it's a true story about two girls, Geeta and Babita, who are trained by their father, who was a famous wrestler in India.
Mm-hmm.
They are trained to become wrestling champions,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Um, he wanted sons because he wanted his sons to follow in his footsteps and
Mm-hmm.
then also kind of exceed what it
Mm-hmm.
was that he did
Mm-hmm.
in the wrestling world, so to
Which I
speak.
think that's what every father wants.
Probably. I
So,
mean, as a matter of fact, when I was pregnant, I prayed that we would have a son because I knew that you would want a
yes.
son. So, and
Yes.
we did.
Okay, very nice.
So anyhow, in the movie, he does not have any sons. He has four daughters
Four daughters and a
and
nephew. That's
a
hilarious.
nephew who's hilarious. And the nephew is actually narrating the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hours and 40 minutes long. There was, of course, the standard intermission. And
Did you ever think that I would like musicals?
no, and I don't think I would call this a musical
Yeah,
just
no, right,
because
right, because it's
there's,
some,
music or
yeah, right.
singing doesn't make it a musical. The Sound of Music is a musical.
Yes. Anyways,
So,
I digress.
so anyhow, he realizes that he doesn't have to have sons to follow in his footsteps when he has two daughters who are pretty skilled at fighting and realizes that he can train them to be wrestlers. So when the two oldest girls are preteens, um, he comes home one day and his wife kind of ushers him into the courtyard where he's met by
An
several
angry
people,
mom. An angry
an
mom.
angry mom and kind of a cowardly dad, and two boys who have been beaten up rather badly. And he's wondering, okay, why are they here? And why have you called me back here? And my daughters are standing here, and what's going on? Well, it turns out that the boys were picking on the girls, and the girls had had it, and they beat the snot out of these boys.
Hmm.
And so he apologizes, they do the customary apology type thing, but he realizes, hey, I can train these girls to be wrestlers. And so that's what he does. He embarks upon this mission. They have to change their diet, they have to change what they wear. He cuts their hair short.
Okay,
Um,
I'm gonna stop you there because
okay.
I don't want to give away spoilers in case somebody hasn't seen this.
Okay,
Okay,
so you've
so
asked me what the movie is about, but
we're
in
gonna stop right
fact,
there.
you don't want me to tell
Not
what the
all of it.
movie's
Not all of it.
about.
Not all of it. Now let me ask you this:
Okay.
did you enjoy the movie?
I did. It was,
Look at you. You just geeked out. You
I
just went,
think,
what?
I think that I have seen maybe 6 or 7 Bollywood films, and some of them were okay. There was one in particular that I really did not like at all.
Don't say it.
I won't say
Fake
it.
Jabby will lose his
I
mind.
won't say it, but
He'll
I
start
didn't like it
threatening
at
us.
all. Prior to this movie, my favorite was
What, Piku?
Piku,
Piku was good.
but this is my favorite. um, it was so good that I would put it not just as my favorite Bollywood film, but one of my favorite films out of
I
all
almost
the.
cried several
I did
times.
too.
I
I know
almost
it was
cried several
really,
times.
really good. So I enjoyed it.
Now, I wrestled in high school, you know
I
that,
know.
and I
So
was a
did my
good
brother.
wrestler. I was a
Hmm.
good wrestler. I used to beat your brother, if you
Right,
remember.
I do.
And
And he was pretty good himself.
yes, he
So
was good,
yeah,
but I was better.
you had a friend in your life whose father was a wrestling legend in
Yes,
Northern
yes,
Illinois.
he was a wrestling. It's true. They would have parades for his dad.
And so, for those who
Yes,
don't know, though we live in Arizona now, we are originally from the
yes,
Chicagoland area in
yes.
Illinois. So,
In like wrestling in most schools in America is like you got 12 people.
we're both getting texts
Yes.
probably from our son.
Um, Not a lot of people go out, but this
Right,
place in Northern Illinois, there were like 80 kids tried out for the wrestling team,
right,
and you got cut. You had to
right.
make the team.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and in my
just
school,
bear with me. I gotta
yes,
kill
okay,
that
I'll
sound.
just keep talking. In my school, at the high school that I went to, wrestling was not quite as big of a deal as it was in yours, but it was still very popular. And so we would all go and watch the wrestling meets too because it was fun, it was really cool to go see that. So I've always enjoyed wrestling. That is real wrestling. I'm not really a fan of WWE or when it used to be called WWF. Okay, that's funny and it's mildly entertaining and whatnot. But it's way over sexualized, so I don't enjoy that. I really
There
like
was
real
Josh
wrestling.
was that the frozen yogurt was outstanding.
I figured
Um,
that's who was texting us.
the wrestling portion of it, and I apologize for that. Having to get that phone, that was pretty loud.
Yeah.
Um, the wrestling portion of it was really good.
Oh, it was amazing.
Like it was
Amazing.
technically sound. It wasn't
Yeah.
just, sometimes you see things. Vision Quest is a wrestling film that came up that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't remember
Okay,
much
some of
about
the
that.
wrestling was okay.
Yeah, I just remember Madonna's song that was like the theme song for
Yes,
it.
now you
What,
get that stuck
yeah,
in my head.
stupid, right?
But the wrestling was phenomenal.
It was
Phenomenal.
great.
Like
It was
it was
so
legitimate.
awesome.
Like these people really studied wrestling. Like it was believable.
It was not only was it believable,
Hmm.
but it was one of those movies where, okay, let me back up a little bit. The modern day feminist movement does not want equality. They say they want equality, but really what they want is they want to elevate women and subjugate men. Okay, so they don't want us to be equal. They want women to be superior. Okay, this movie had a message that was really truly about real equality, that you should not be shamed because you don't have sons. It's not a burden if you have daughters.
Hmm.
And I've never understood that mindset of, I don't understand the feminist mindset of let's elevate women to the, at the expense of men and drag them low. I think that's terrible. But I also think it's terrible as a woman and the oldest child in my family. I was never treated as a second class citizen because I was a girl. And I quite often protected my younger brother, by the way. And so I've never understood this mentality of, oh, women are not worthwhile or they're not
Hmm.
worth as much
Hmm.
as men. Because quite honestly, if there are no women, there are no people because we give birth to people. So I don't like that.
Really?
It's shocking, right?
Breaking news. That's a spoiler.
Um,
No, I told you no
yeah.
spoilers.
So I did love that part of the movie that it was really truly about you are equal, not in the sense of women can do all of the same, things or feats of strength as men, because we know equal doesn't mean the same. It's okay and it's proper to acknowledge that men and women are different. But in the sight of God, as far as us being his creation and who is worth more, neither one is worth more. We're the same and equal in that way.
Now I'm gonna make a statement that I'm gonna ask you our final question
Okay.
here. If you took all the reactionary people and you made it a wrestling tournament, I win. I win.
If you take all of the reactionary people, you mean
Yes.
people who do reaction
Yes, I
videos?
win, dude. I'm the
Yes, I agree
champion.
with that.
Just I'm the
I agree with
champion.
that. Yes.
Okay, so Amir Khan. This is the first Amir Khan movie you've ever seen.
Yes, and I loved him. I thought he was spectacular. He was very good at being the stern dad. He was very good at being the concerned dad, the emotional dad. He was just great. Yeah.
You've seen an SRK film.
One, I think.
Yes, you've seen one. You've seen a few Irfan Khan,
Yes, not only Bollywood films, but of course we know that he's been in a couple of
but
American
you've
films
seen
too.
several Bollywood films of Irfan Khan.
Piku,
Hmm.
and I cannot remember the name of the movie where he kidnapped the little boy because he was trying to get revenge for his
Yes,
son being killed.
yes.
I don't remember the name of it, but I've seen that one. I've seen him in Piku. I don't know if I've seen him in anything else.
And this is the first Irfan Khan, or the first Amir
Amir,
Khan.
yes.
Out of the Khans, who's your favorite Khan that you've seen?
Amir Khan.
And no, this is you don't have a large sample,
Right.
but
Probably only 4 or 5 films.
Amir Khan, his performance was
It was
outstanding in this.
great.
And
It
this
was
isn't.
great.
I've seen Amir Khan in several films, and I think 4 or 5 of his films, I've never seen him give a bad performance.
I
Never.
thought
I've never
this
seen it.
film was every bit as good as an American film. I thought it was absolutely spectacular. I thought it was so good in every way.
This was the best wrestling film I've ever seen,
It was awesome. I
and
mean,
I've seen all of them
yeah.
except what's his name, the wrestler.
Oh, you never saw Foxcatcher.
Whatever, dude. I don't. That's fine, but
That movie should have been good, and it was
but it wasn't.
horrible.
But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Horrible. Horrible. But it should have been amazing because of the story. A
Do you
true
know?
story.
Did you think Amir Khan was good looking?
No.
Really? Because
Mm-mm.
like that's like a big thing with the ladies. They
No.
love them some Amir Khan.
There's something, his ears were way too big. Um, and there's something strange about his eyes. I don't know.
They're mean.
It wasn't just that they were, I mean, he looked stern, so it wasn't that.
Mm.
There was just something weird about, I don't know, the color of his eyes or something.
So this was your favorite movie that you've seen, your favorite Bollywood
Yes,
film.
my favorite Bollywood film.
And if you were to put this in your top, would this film be in your top 10? Any American?
It can't be in the top 10 because there are 8 Star Wars films, and those quite obviously are in the top 10.
Okay, but
And The
it's up
Passion of the
there.
Christ is in my top 10. So I would say probably top 20.
Top 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was a great film. I almost cried.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad that you got to see an Amir Khan film.
Yeah, I liked it.
Now, what do you have to say to Fake Jabby?
Fake Jabby, I hope you loved this review. I appreciate all of the kind comments that you make toward us because, as you know, there are some people who are not very kind on YouTube. So I say keep commenting on our videos, and if there are any other videos or movies rather that you would like us to review, please let us know.
You're gonna get like a million SRK films.
Oh.
Hey, Fake Jabby, give me the best the best Fan. Should we see? Maybe we should see Fan. I haven't seen. Well, I have seen.
That was the
Fan.
one we were going to go
Yes,
see,
yeah,
right?
I have seen Fan,
Right.
but
And
maybe
then there was disaster at the
yes,
movie theater, so we
yes.
couldn't actually go see
Fake
it.
Jabby,
Yeah.
what should I show my wife? Give me 3 of the best SRK films that I should show my wife. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm on a quest for 100,000 subscribers.
I know. I think you can get to
And
50,000 by my birthday.
I hope so, which
Yeah.
is July 31st.
That's correct.
So please make all your fake accounts if you would. If everybody just made 2 extra fake accounts and subscribed,
Wow.
we would be like, okay, anyways. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Peace.